Hello there, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be solving this equation. So what we have is x raised to the power of 4 minus 16 is equal to 0. Now, I don't know whether you are aware of difference of two squares. That is what I'm going to be using to solve this equation. I'm going to be using that rule. If you have a raised to the power 2 minus b raised to the power 2, this is, if you're using difference of two squares, see difference of two squares. So this will become what? A plus b, and then what? A minus b. So that's what I'm going to be using here. But you might be wondering, we don't have square here, neither do we have a square here, but we can do that. So I'm going to rewrite this as x raised to the power of 2 in bracket raised to the power of 2. From one of the laws of indices, if you multiply this 2, you are going to get what? 4. So nothing has changed really, because when you have x raised to the power a in bracket b, this can become x raised to the power. You multiply a and b, you get what? ab, one of the laws of indices. So coming back to 16, this can be written as what? Minus 16 will become, do you know that I can write 16 as 2 raised to the power of 4? Yes, 2 raised to the power of 4 is what? 16. But I still do not have power 2. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite this as well. Now watch this, x squared in bracket squared minus, this will become 2 raised to the power of 2 and then bracket 2, just as I've explained before, because 2 times 2 is what? 4. So this is equal to what? 0. Now let's use the difference of two squares, because we have a square here and a square here. So this will become what? X raised to the power 2 plus 2 raised to the power 2 in bracket, and then what? X raised to the power 2 minus what? 2 raised to the power 2. Then all is equal to what? 0. So what do we do right here? See, look at this. This, we can also use difference of two squares here. So I'm going to write this as x squared plus 2 raised to the power 2. And then what? X plus 2. And then what? X minus 2. Okay. So see, this is coming from this difference of two squares, if you look at it carefully. So moving on, what this means is that from zero product rule, this is equal to 0, all right, or this second product is equal to 0, or this one is equal to what? 0, from zero product rule. So I'm going to write this as x squared plus 2 squared is already 4, so I can write plus 4 is equal to 0, or x plus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. That's from here now. So if you move, okay, let's leave this by the way, and let's do this last two. So I'm going to have x plus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So here I'm going to move plus 2 to the right hand side. I will have what? Minus 2. Now if you move minus 2 to the right hand side, you have what? Plus 2. So x is equal to negative 2 or positive 2. But let's come to this first equation where we have x squared plus 4 is equal to 0. So let's write it here. X squared plus 4 is equal to 0. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides to get rid of plus 4 here. So x squared will be equal to what? Negative 4. Now, if you square root both sides, you are going to have, okay, let's square root this side and square root this. You put plus or minus here. So this square root will get rid of square, and you have x is equal to what? Plus or minus. Do you know that I can write negative 4 as what? As negative 1 times 4. Yes, I can do that, because negative 1 times 4 is what? Negative 4. So this square root of negative 4 is an imaginary number. So I'm going to bring in the imaginary unit, which is represented with the letter I. I is equal to the square root of negative 1. Okay. So I'm going to rewrite this now like this. X is equal to plus or minus the square root of negative 1 times what? The square root of 4. So I just distributed the radical to both numbers, negative 1 and 4. So here x is equal to plus or minus. The square root of negative 1 is what? We use I to represent that. That's an imaginary unit of an imaginary number. So I times what was this? 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So x is equal to plus or minus I times 2 is 2i. Remember, we also have that x is equal to plus or minus 2. So what does this tell you? That x has 2 real solutions and 2 complex solutions. Real solutions here, complex solutions here. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, kindly like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you keep updated with my future uploads. See you in the next video. It's bye for now.